With uMobix, it's possible to spy on a mobile phone. Once the application is installed on a phone, you have access to a dashboard with basically all information recorded in the phone. On the dashboard, you have first of all the locations on which the phone has been spotted. So you can check where the person went with their phone. It's maybe kind of similar as an AirTag, something like that. You can see also real time where the person is. You have here a list of last addresses on which the phone stopped. The person holding the phone most likely stopped, as the phone was recorded there with timestamps, with the date, the time, the location when available, or the address when there is no specific name. Still on the dashboard, you can see also the most frequent calls. For example, who was called, how many times, so incoming calls and outgoing calls. Who did they call? How many times? And with this small chart, you can see how often, how frequent is this number compared to others. You also have the same for the most frequent SMS. So here you can see, for example, this phone got SMSs from Airbnb, from mom, and the same you have also the frequency of these incoming SMS for incoming and for outgoing. Who did they write to? For example, this phone wrote a lot to this person, 18 times. They wrote SMSs. You can also see which contacts were last added, the name of the contact, and when the contact was added. We can see later in another screen the contacts themselves. You can also check which web pages they bookmarked on their browser. So, for example, this page was bookmarked on this date. This page was bookmarked on this date, and of course, you can visit them. For example, if you click on it, you can directly see which page was bookmarked. You can also see which sites were visited, so kind of the same as the calls and SMSs, which sites were the most visited, also which website, how many times, and the sites that were last opened. So here you don't have directly a link, but you can simply copy it and check it in your own browser to see what it is about. You also have the most frequent socials, so which social app was used and how many times. Today, yesterday, or overall since the recording started, as the recording starts at the time you install the application on the phone you want to spy, and you check the dashboard to know what this phone was up to. Okay, so then let's have a look at the tabs one after the other. In the calls tab, you can see the list of all calls and the status. Was it accepted, declined, incoming, outgoing, how long, which number, which contact, when the contact has been registered in the address book, and when the call started. Same for the address book. Now, in the address book, you can see all the contacts that have been recorded in this phone, the name of the contact, the phone number, state if there is one, and when it started to be tracked. You can have a look at all messages. So which contact, the title of the messages, so usually it's simply the phone number, and what was the latest message, and when was it sent. So you can have a look here at all messages received on this phone. Now tracking the location. Where exactly has this phone been recorded? So here you have more details such as longitude and latitude, if you want to check the GPS coordinates, how accurate it is, and when was it tracked. You also have a link to check it on the map. So here, for example, it's this exact point on which the phone was recorded at this time. And then you have a keylogger. So a keylogger is very interesting because it basically logs every keys that are pressed on the phone. So everything that is being written on it. So here you have all the text that has been written, but also the text that has not been sent. So, for example, if he writes, starts to type something and then deletes it, you should also be able to see it here. And then you have a big part of the social apps. Once you have installed uMobix, the spy phone app, the Keylogger, for each of these apps, at least you will be able to see all details. So for WhatsApp, you can see the chat name, the name of the contact, the latest message, when was it sent. So here you have a lot of messages that were logged from WhatsApp. Same from Snapchat. Yes, even if everything is disappearing, the app uMobix will record everything that's happening on the app. So here you have the chat name, the latest message of everything that has been written on Snapchat. Same for Facebook messages. On Facebook messages, you have a little more information because you have the profile picture from the Facebook profile. You have the name, latest message, and the type because it can be one-to-one, it can be group chat. So you have different types of messages from all the contacts on the phone, and you can track that. Same even on Tinder. Yes, you can track Tinder messages. So if you track, for example, your partner phone or something, you can see here all the chats, so the name of the person and the messages, at least the latest message that has been exchanged on the app. Then for TikTok, the same, you can have a look at the latest messages exchanged on TikToks with the chat name and the latest message. So here, for example, you can see that the video has been sent. You only have access to the latest message, and in case there was some media shared, then you know it is a video that was sent. The person using the phone sent a GIF, graphical image, sent a video, or received a GIF or another media. Then on Zoom, if the person is using Zoom, you have a little less detail. All you can see here is the contact if it has been recorded in the phone and the type of interaction, so incoming, outgoing, and the duration. So here you can see, for example, decline incoming, there was no communication, and this one with that lasted for 5 minutes, so probably a lot has been exchanged. Then on Instagram, the same as other apps, you can see which chat name and what was the latest message exchanged on this chat with this person. So you have a list of all the conversations. For Viber, again, the same. You have the chat name and the latest message with a timestamp exchanged on this chat with this person from that phone. Even Telegram, that is a secret, can be tracked. So on Telegram, you have again the latest message with the chat name, and you can have a look at all the chats that were opened and used on Telegram by this phone. On Twitter, what you have also is the direct messages from various contacts. On WeChat, the same. You have the chat name and the latest message with the timestamp. For Skype, again, you have the chat name and latest message exchanged with this person. On Google Hangouts, again, you have the chat name and latest message. On Kik, you have the chat name and latest message. And online, finally, you also have the chat name and latest message. So these are all the social applications that are tracked by uMobix spy phone. Then you can also have a look at the media on the phone. So you can check all the pictures that are stored on the phone and videos that are also stored on the phone, and you can play them if you want and have a look and check what has been viewed and what is recorded on the phone. Finally, you have the internet details, so the browser history, the full browser history. You can check the title of the web page, the URL, and when it was last visited. Always you have a link to check it. For example, if you have any doubt or something, you can have a look here, check the titles. If something seems strange, what you can do is simply click on the link and check what it is about. So here it is something that looks fine, but you can know exactly what has been checked and also how many times this exact page has been visited. And finally, the bookmark on the browser. So all bookmarks that were saved on the browser, title of the bookmark, the URL. So here you can click and check what it is. So for example, this person checked bookmark this website, okay, and several other ones. So If you want to spy on a phone, try uMobix. Links is in the description, and you have access to a lot of functionalities to spy activity on a phone, should it be Android or iOS. And the content is a little different for Android and iOS, as the applications tracked are different.